JD, if I'm not me, then who the hell really am I? You know?
That's a good question because you're actually me. I am you. Actually, you are me, and I have put your memories into that body to do my bidding. But really, you're a construct. You're
Really?
nobody. You know, if you can recall that.
Totally.
Consider that a divorce.
We're back again with another rewind, and we've decided to stay in the year 1990 because these
Good
are the
year.
movies we grew up on.
Yep.
And we're talking about the one and only, probably one of the best movies ever, Total Recall.
If it's not one of the best movies ever, it's definitely one of the best Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. It's like when he's hitting that peak, like he's done Terminator, he's done Predator, I'm pretty sure at that point, and then he's just like, you know what? I'm going to take what I'm doing and take it to the next level.
Yeah. He was like, I'm done being a military guy. Now let me be a spy military guy.
But like with a hint of average Joe a little bit in there. Like every movie, it's like, hey, is this guy just an ordinary guy?
Yeah.
Or is he a super spy as well?
Don't know, but he can shoot guns no matter what. So if anybody is coming upon this video and has never watched Total Recall, let's just paint a little picture. So this is directed by Paul Verhoeven, who's done so many great movies. Starship Troopers being another one that's a crazy space movie.
Yep.
But this one stars Arnold Schwarzenegger at his peak, but it's got Sharon Stone right as she's coming up. It's got Michael Ironside.
I mean, classic. I mean, classic 80s, 90s bad guy, Michael Ironside.
And it stars Arnold as, what is his? Yeah, Douglas Quaid. So it stars Arnold as Douglas Quaid, no relation to the Quaid family. Maybe, I don't know. It takes place in the future.
Oh my gosh.
We're almost there, We're only 64 years away.
It's a lot's going to happen in these next years.
Anyways, Quaid he wants to go on vacation, but his wife, Sharon Stone, doesn't want to go to Mars. And he decides to take this, it's this weird, like, you can go on vacation inside your mind type thing. And so he gets the treatment, and then he immediately goes insane.
No, it's like not even before they're like about to do it, and then
he's nodding off. That's right. Yeah, he's like nodding off, and then he's like, "Wah!"
And they're like, I think this dude's already done this.
Yeah, and so the whole movie is him trying to wrestle with, is he this secret spy guy, or is he just insane the whole movie? And the great part of the movie is it doesn't bother to like try to convince you one way or the other. It's like both of these things are possible, and it's possible that both of these things do actually exist at the same time.
Yeah. It's when he's had dreams before, so he's kind of trying to figure out these dreams. Side note, Mars ain't a place to raise a kid, There you go. That's what throws you. He's had these dreams before, and then now like he's been recalled before. Is he? But who's who? Is he Quaid? Is he Hauser? I mean, he's both. But this movie plays it like they're two separate people, which confuses you which throws you off the scent even more.
Yeah.
Like the plot it's based on a Philip K. Dick story, and it's a movie. It's weird because when I think about Philip K. Dick, I think about like high class sci-fi. You think about Blade Runner. You think about Minority Report. You do not think about Total Recall for some reason. But like this takes it takes that cheese of like 90s action films and kind of combines it with that cerebral, like, what is happening here? Who are we?
Yeah.
Like, like, are we what we think, or are we the person that we were born as? You know, like it's
It's a very high
just
concept,
think
especially for the 90s.
yeah, especially for an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just like every time you think you figure it out, you're like, nope, yeah, I'm confused again. Not confused, because it's easy to understand. Like the basic like through line is okay. He's double crossing himself, but then when you think about it, you're like, it's like Inception. It's a lot like Inception. You're like, okay, you know what? I understand the point. I understand what's happening in the plot. But then you go back and you're like, but wait, I still don't know. Was he Quaid? Was he Hauser? What is happening?
Yeah.
You know?
And there's many theories to what actually happened, but I think at the end of the day, the movie ends and it doesn't care. By the end of the movie, it's like, hey, he succeeded in what he wanted to do, and now he's on Mars, and he's back with the woman he supposedly loved before in his previous life.
Well, and then the sun comes out on Mars.
It's a
this movie's so weird to describe, because it, like I said, it is like big action, gory, like just dumb. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger says the dumbest things, but it's still like, I don't know, it just makes you think. And yeah, it is. You know what it reminds me of for some reason? I don't know why, but it reminds me of the Super Mario Brothers movie. Just the effects. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger was going to be in the Mario movie. He was going to be Koopa, but
oh my God! Only if only. Oh, you froze up there.
Am I back?
You're back.
Oh my gosh! Sorry, I added Total Recall.
Yeah, but the special effects in this movie are some of the best I've ever seen, because there was some insane stuff that they were trying. Like, it doesn't hold up today, but I think you froze again. Yep, you froze again.
Like Zach now. I was like Zach. Okay.
You need a fan in the background. But yeah, so the effects are great. They don't hold up today, but when I was a kid, honestly, if you don't watch this movie when you're like 7 years old, I don't know what's wrong with you. It's a rated R movie, but it's made for kids.
Well, it's a movie designed for dads to be like, yeah, I don't think Total Recall was that bad the last time I watched it. and then it just like, yeah, it kind of was.
10 minutes in, Arnold just shoots a bunch of dudes and breaks their arms.
Oh gosh.
Well, yeah. There's everyone knows the iconic mask coming off, turning into a bomb scene. But then you have Quato and the full body rig.
Oh, and it's like all done with like 15 puppeteers and stuff. It's crazy.
And the mouth movement actually matches like the words as he's talking. I don't know how they did it.
And there's another one that I was thinking of. I mean, like, again, like all the mutants and it's a movie that I mean, besides the fact that it takes place on Mars mostly, and that there's mutants, it's a future that you're kind of like, yeah, I could see that. You know, it's like the Sharon Stone's house where they have like the TV. You know,
yeah, it's not far fetched, especially now in 2020. Some of these things exist.
yeah. It's like, I mean, I feel like VR. I mean, that's what Recall pretty much is. You know, or it would be today. We have to talk about the one-liners, Michael. I mean,
peak. This is like Arnold one-liners on crack.
It is so good and so bad at the same time. I don't know, like some of them make total sense and you're like, yeah, nailed it. And then some of them you're like, I don't understand. I'm like, what?
I think my most favorite Arnold one-liner is in this movie. And it's after him and Sharon Stone break up, try not to spoil it, and he's just like, consider a divorce.
She says, but we're married. And he does something, and he said, consider that the divorce. And then there's also the, I guess it may be the start of like him taking things he's actually doing or something that's actually happening and just shoving it into a one-liner.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, everyone knows is a Commando where it's like you need to let off some steam. This one has where he's killing the dude. I think it's a taxi driver he's killing, and he's killing him with a drill, and he just says, "Screw you."
Yeah.
Like, what?
I think other than Batman and Robin Forever, whatever it's called, this movie is the one-liner Arnold movie. Like,
Yeah.
obviously they created him as Mr. Freeze to just say one-liners.
Oh yeah.
This one is like they purposefully found these moments that would play off not only in character, but for Arnold's like comedy parts of his movies that people love.
Well, and that's what, like, with the 90s, like, you do see that turn from, like, Arnold being this crazy, like, almost like a military, I mean, you said it right, like, a military action guy, to being this guy who's like, yeah, I'm fun, like I'll do Last Action Hero, and I'll do, Kindergarten Cop, and I don't care, I want to have some fun, and just people are like, man, this guy he can act, he can beat people up, and he's funny. I mean, the best one of the whole movie maybe, or at least my favorite, is just "Welcome to the Party, Richter." It makes no sense.
I don't. Yeah.
He just like his arms get Michael Ironside. Sorry, spoiler alert. Michael Ironside's arms get like cut off, and he falls to his death. And Arnold just goes, "See you at the party." Not welcome, like "See you at the party, Richter." Like,
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
We could talk about it for hours just because I don't know how many times I've seen it. This movie is burned into my brain. I don't ever have to watch it again. I can like talk about it verbatim.
Yeah. Well, when it's like to me, I think about, I mean, you said you grow up with it. It's like, I remember going to the movie store, and even like years after the movie had come out, there's always a movie store that has a Total Recall poster somewhere, whether it's in the bathroom or like on the way to the bathroom, behind the counter, like just Total Recall. I feel like, especially like around here, was just like in your face all the time, but no one talks about it anymore. I feel like,
that's why we're talking about it.
We're talking about it.
First we got Tremors, now we're bringing back Total Recall.
It's just it's so good, and it honestly too, it kind of like reminds me of like just like hanging out with my dad, like like, hey, I mean, just like you ever see Total Recall? And you're like, Dad, I'm 7. No. And it's like, that's about to change.
It's like, Dad, shouldn't you like cover the TV during the certain parts? No, you'll see them at some point.
Yeah, it's like and it's a movie that you forget about. That you forget about that part too, and like your parents are like, sorry, it's like, oh no.
I remember asking my dad, it's like, hey, Dad, do women really have 3 boobs? Is that possible? And he was like, yeah, it's possible.
Wow, that's I don't even know.
You can't top it. Did you see the reboot with Colin Farrell and I can't ever remember that guy's name.
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston, but what's his name?
I think the guy who directed Underworld, who was married to Kate Beckinsale, did the movie.
Yeah, and that's why it sucks.
Yeah, I did see it. I saw it in theaters because I was really excited because, I love. I was just thinking like, oh man, I think it's probably going to be a little bit darker, a little bit closer to the source material, which is really cool. I'm like, like I'm always down for that. Like if they're gonna remake it, make it your own, and it was boring.
If Elon Musk and his child ever make it to Mars, do you think this is what Elon Musk envisions as Mars? Do you think when he goes to bed at night, he thinks about what his colony is going to look like, and he's like, Total Recall?
Totally Recall. He says, he lays down, he looks at Grimes, and he says, man, I cannot wait to get to Mars, to install some reactors, to cover those reactors up, to charge people to breathe air. It's perfect.
The whole planet is just going to be messed up. Hey, look, we'll be
Yeah.
at the end of our life whenever we're finally colonizing Mars, if this timeline comes true, 2084. So, I mean, like, I'm here for it.
Yeah, that's fine with me. I'm not gonna do it. You know what? But I would do recall
Yeah.
and then to maybe experience it.
Go back to 2020 and experience quarantine
Oh,
once again.
yes. Yeah.
Are we the first people to actually realize that this is the current timeline we're on?
Yeah.
We're on the total recall timeline.
Yeah, but to get there, we got to get through. Oh my gosh, you don't even thinking about it. It's like I bet we hit Minority Report soon, and then we get to Total Recall,
Yes.
and then a civil war breaks out, and then we're in Blade Runner, right? Like they're on the moon too, right? Or they're on Mars, and he comes back, and he's upset.
And since Ridley Scott has added to it, that means there's aliens out there.
Yes.
Xenomorphs.
Which is terrifying. I don't want to think about that.
That's the way I want to go in my whole. If I make it to 2084, I'm 99 years old. I just want the xenomorph to bleed on me.
Oh, not eating, just like the acid. Okay.
Yeah. I just want, go out style.
I think I want to be like a SWAT officer with a jetpack, and I want Tom Cruise to then jump on me and like wrestle me and then have it go out of control. And I think that's how I'd want to go.
And then just like sick gun you.
Yes.
Just make you vomit over and over.
Yes. That's the dream. That's really for me. That's how I plan to go out. Tom, if you're watching, give me a little bit. I'm not ready for you.